try and tell them it's all gonna be fine. Cause I'm different, I swear that I'm different. I come from that fuck you pay me. Well, if you work a job, it gon' be some slavery, I'm telling you. Well, if you working hard to save, it might not even be enough. I'm taking that hard stuff. I'ma wake up chasing, baby, know I need them big bucks. I had doubled up on the real, you know I can't be stuck.
Welcome to another episode of ZAY'S WAY, man. It's your boy, it's your host, it's your main guy, it's your favorite cousin, it's your favorite nephew, man. Zay Apple in the building, you dig what I'm saying? Yeah, and we back. Better, blessed, living, healthy, abundant, happy, enjoying life, the highs and the lows of it, bro. We just building. When I say we, me, my spirit guides, the Most High, my team, my family, we as a collective, it's a unit. We move as one. Move as one. Even when I'm doing something dolo, I still got people. I still got spirit guides. I still got, ancestors. I still got the Most High in my corner. So it's always a we. It's always a we. You dig? I'm blessed. I'm in a great place mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I've detached from things. I've detached from people. And I want to be very transparent this episode. I want to be very transparent this episode. Because I love y'all and I gotta be real. It's been times. Let me close this window real quick, y'all. So it's been times in the past on previous episodes of ZAY'S WAY or even in the Paradigms Perspective show, where I would be telling y'all to move a certain way and do certain things, but I wasn't consistently following through on that myself. And I want to apologize to y'all for that, because y'all deserve better than that. It just gave me the feeling of feeling like a fraud. And I know we all human. I know we all make mistakes and slip up and backtrack in ways, but I hold myself to such a standard to where if I'm going to be telling people or giving advice on people, if I'm going to be giving advice to people on how they should go about things or suggesting things, I need to be taking my own advice. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Yeah, I get it. We make mistakes. Things happen, but I was in a space where I was getting rid of it and then going back to it. Doing away with it, then going back to it. Doing away with it and going back to it. And I'm just like, bro, how can you live with yourself? At one point, I wanted to give up this podcast and shit, bro. I wanted to give this up, bro. I wanted to stop. I wanted to stop being in front of the camera because some of the shit I was suggesting people to do, I was not doing myself, bro. And that was driving me crazy because I'm like, why can't I just, bro, what is wrong with me, bro? And there's nothing necessarily wrong with me. I know it's a human thing, but in the midst of it, while you stuck in that cycle, you like, bro, what the fuck is going on? And how dare I get in front of a camera and suggest these things for people? And the thing, what was happening was I was suggesting it in a time period when I was doing it. But a couple of days later, I would slip back into it. So in the time frame that I was giving the advice or saying those things, I was actually in the midst of it, in the midst of doing the things that I was speaking. But I wasn't being consistent with it. I was not following through with it. I was not holding myself to a daily standard, day in and day out. I was giving myself one of those things where, oh, it's okay. You can give way to it now. It's like, nah, bro. No, you can't. No, you can't, bro. It's nah. Because it's people that be depending on your words, man. It's people that take heed to what you say when you're in certain spaces when it comes to the media. So you have to move as such. You have to follow through as such. You have to not even act the part, but literally, you have to accept that challenge that you've put on yourself. If you're gonna be in the media in front of people, talking, giving advice, giving self-help advice, and self-development talk, nigga, you need to be doing that 10 times more than anybody that you suggesting it to. You not only need to be the example of it, you need to be the standard, the example, the blueprint, the definition of whatever you talking about, bro. Whatever you talking about, whether it's semen retention, and I was in and out on that. I'm being 100. I was in and out on that. Whether it's cutting people off and leaving them there, I was in and out on that. I would distance myself or cut people off and let them come back or go back into those old things. Was in and out on that. Was in and out on my meditation. Was in and out on my spiritual practices, on my spiritual readings. But and I done said this before, so I hate to even say it, but I'm all the way in it now, bro. I don't remove for surely what I needed to remove, bro. And I'm finally 100% honoring my commitments. I'm honoring my commitments now, bro. And this is what this episode is about today, honoring your commitments. And one thing I've noticed with honoring your commitments, when you honor your commitments, it's a different level of confidence that you have within yourself. It's a different level of bravado that you move around with. It's a different level of energy and aura that you exude, because you know every single day you wake up and honor the things that you said you was gonna do. When you know most people around you don't do that. And even if you don't, it's not even that you're saying you're better than them. It's just the fact of saying you do the hard things daily. You say something, and when you say something, you do it. That means you're a person of your word. That means your word is bond. So when your word is bond, that means you honor your commitments. So metaphysically, when you honor your commitments, you're honoring the Creator. You're honoring God. You're honoring the Most High, because what you commit to, what your mouth utter, you must commit to. And when we're speaking from a divine place, those words are being spoken to you from a higher source. So when those words are being spoken to you from a higher source, I'm channeling right now. I don't even know where this is coming from. But when those words are being spoken to you from a higher source, and you align with those words and you commit to those words and you follow through with action on those words, now metaphysically in a spiritual realm, you're being bestowed with more blessings now, because you respect the universal law. You respect universal laws. You respect the divine pipeline of committing to the words that was sent to you, of what you know you need to do. You're not off-putting anymore. You're not setting aside anymore. You're not just, oh yeah, I get to it. No, do it now. And not only just do it now, stay in it. That be the biggest thing about honoring your commitments. Don't just do it just to say you. Don't just do it just to say you did it, and then go back to what you was doing. Do it, stay in it, and make it a lifestyle, bro. Get back disciplined. Just think about the time periods when you were disciplined, how great life was, bro. It might have felt boring at times, but just think about how much success you accumulated, how much you grew, how much you advanced yourself in certain ways, bro. Just think about it, man. I'm telling you, bro. But that was my final straw. Cause I'm like, bro, let me really sit down with myself. Just think back to when you was really disciplined and you was really retaining and you was really in your studies. Look at the things you were doing and how fast you were elevating. And I'm like, damn, I missed that. I got to get back to that, bro. And the method was the whole time, just do it. Like, just, bro, And sometimes we make things more difficult than what it is. Sometimes the answer is right in front of us, bro. Man, a lot of it be controlling your flesh. A lot of it be just to tell yourself no. Tell your lower self no. Your lower self is a pesky brat, bro. And if your lower self don't get what it want, it's gonna raise hell within you, or it's gonna try to. It's up to you to allow it to. But your lower self is a very pesky brat, and it's very flesh driven. It's very root chakra driven. And so when you're trying to tap into that higher self, in ways you're abandoning that lower self. And that lower self does not like to be abandoned. That lower self likes for you to indulge in it and to basically live there. So when you pursue your higher self, and this is not to say your lower self is bad, because you still need your lower self. That's your lower self consists of your senses, like carnal nature and your senses and survival instincts. So don't get it twisted and just think lower self means bad. But at the same time, lower self is very flesh based. And if you constantly exist in your lower self and you never transcend your macabre, you never, travel up Jacob's ladder, you never flow through the 33rd vertebrates to go up to the higher realms within and tap into that the upper room, you dig what I'm saying, that your higher self, then you never see what's on the other side. And being somebody who's seeing what's on the other side and then constantly being reincarnated within my lower self within this lifetime. So what I mean by that is being reincarnated constantly within my lower self. I was constantly being looped into lower self bad habits or root chakra bad habits or carnal primal lower nature cycles. Very flesh driven, very temptation driven, very urge driven. And it's like I done experienced the other side of this. So I had to pull myself back from the instant pleasures of those things. I'm like, what's really better though? Not what feels better at the moment. What's really evolving me? What's really the best for me as an individual, as a whole? Not what's best for my lower self and what that pesky brat won't. What's best for me as a individual to take a step closer to my purpose, bro. And bro, honoring your commitments will take you so much closer to your purpose than almost anything will ever do, bro. Because when you honor your commitments, it's a certain level of self-respect that you gain for yourself. Because now that you honor your commitments, when people don't honor their commitments with you, it's a different level of, how can I say, intolerance that comes with that, because you honor your own commitments. So now when somebody else that comes along that don't honor the commitments that they've made with you, now it's like, hold on, I honor the commitments I make with myself. I'm not going to allow somebody to come along into my realm or into my, life or into my story and not honor the commitments that they make with me, because I do that with myself. Now, if you don't honor the commitments that you make with yourself and other people don't honor the commitments that they make with you, it's more so like you just kind of like brush it off, because what can you really say? You don't honor your own commitments. And I'll be real, I know some people like that. I know some people who don't honor their own commitments with themselves, but if somebody else don't honor the commitment that they made with that person or that individual, they be up in arms. They be ready to flash out. They be ready to curse that person out. They be ready to cut that person off. You don't honor your own commitments. You gonna cut yourself off too? You gonna flash out on yourself? And that be my thing. Them type of people hold other people more accountable than they hold themselves. Like, because somebody else didn't hold their commitment with you or honor their commitment with you, and you don't honor your commitment with yourself either. But because you don't hold yourself accountable and you hold others more accountable than you hold yourself, that's a open invite for you to call that person out. Call yourself out. That's what I'm doing. That's what I did. That's what I'm doing right now. I had to call myself out. Nigga, you being a fraud right now, bro. On everything I love, I was about to, I was at least about to stop doing Zay's Way. I don't know if I would have stopped doing Paradigms of Perspective show because that's a unit. And me and my dog Kobe, bro, we got a commitment with each other to keep that going. But Zay's Way, I was ready to tap out of it, bro, because I couldn't bear to continue to see myself in front of a camera talking some real shit, but I wasn't doing the real shit. It was just talk, nigga. I was just talking, basically. Again, like I said, when I was speaking it, I was actually doing it. But a couple days later, when that motivation, that drive ain't there no more, and it's strictly relying on discipline, and it's that time to show up to fight those urges, how do you respond? Nigga, when them urges show up, that's when the real test is there. It's not when everything is going good and you feeling motivated and you motivating other people and you in that hoorah state. It's when you feeling lonely, it's late, 10:30, 11 p.m., you up late night, you want some instant pleasure, what you gonna do? You want some instant gratification, what you gonna do? That is the true test of where you are when it comes to honoring your commitments and honoring your level of discipline. I put a video on TikTok. One of my favorite poems or sayings that I go by is called True Test. The true test of a man is not where he stands during times of comfort and leisure. The true test of a man is not where he stands during the times of comfort and leisure, but where he stands during the times of conflict and controversy. Meaning, the true test of you is not how you go about things when everything is sunshine and rainbows and it ain't no rain out. Your true test of who you are is how you respond and adapt and grow through things when it's storming outside, or when it's raining, when it's hailing, and how you persevere through that and come out on the other side, and what you accumulated through those storms. That is what the true test is. That's the true test. When things is sunshine and rainbows, that's no test. That's just you living life and you maintaining and going about that in a way that you're supposed to, because the odds and the circumstances are set up for you to thrive. Things are going into your favor. Things are working out for you. All you have to do is flow into that state and continue flowing. But when things are working against you, how much fortitude do you got? How much willpower do you have to keep getting up? Keep pushing against that wind. Like SpongeBob trying to deliver that pizza, bro, in the wind or in autumn, in the snowstorm and stuff. How much willpower you got to deliver that pizza? How much willpower you got to get through that snowstorm, bro? Now with SpongeBob's case, when he got there, it was a ungrateful customer, but that's besides the point, bro. But again, it just comes back to honoring your commitments, bro. It's August, right? And I do a push-up challenge every 4 months. And I'm not gonna lie, leading up to August, July was rough, man. July was rough. June was decent, but July was weird, bro. July was so weird. So leading up to August, I'm like, damn. I'm the one that started the push-up challenge, 3,300, Operation 3,300. And I'm just like, damn. Then I thought, what type of nigga would I be to not follow through on this or act like I didn't say the next push-up challenge was in August? I'm just gonna like not say nothing and just try to brush it over. It was just one in my spirit. I done in my mind, I done been a fraud long enough or enough times already, bro. I can't keep doing that. I can't because God is looking at me. Spirit God is looking at me. The universe is paying attention and seeing, oh, so this is what you doing. You manipulate, you in a sense, you being a manipulator in a sense. In a sense, you being a fraud. In a sense, you being a character. because you want people to pay attention more to your words instead of aligning with you actually doing it yourself. So you just want to talk a good game. You don't really want to be the game that you speak, nigga. You ain't trying to practice what you preach. You being the coach that ain't never did the shit you trying to coach. I never liked them niggas. And slowly I was becoming that. Slowly I was becoming the person who talk a good game, but off camera wasn't all the way following through on that. And I'm just like, boy, it was eating me up. Y'all don't even understand. It was eating me up, bro. But at the same time, I was trying to give myself grace because I knew where I was rooting from. And I knew the things I needed to do. But at the same time, I was trying to be a good person, or I was trying to not be a villain in certain situations, in certain people's stories. And, you know, a lot of times, if I'm being honest, the bad habits that you think you have, most of the time, those are other people's bad habits. You've just absorbed that energy, bro. Like, you've just absorbed that energy. It's very possible for you to absorb Jezebel energy, succubus energy. You think you got lustful issues, but it's really you've absorbed that energy from somebody else. And now, even if they're no longer there, their energy still lingers. So you have to be intentional on removing that. And I'm gonna be honest, prayer, sage, meditation alone don't do the trick. You have to mentally, spiritually, emotionally detox and rebuke it in many ways, bro. Like you really have to not want it in your life anymore. Your desire to not have it is, I'm gonna say this. Your desire to not have those harmful urges or those urges that hold you back has to be stronger than you wanting those desires or you having those desires. So the desire to get rid of those urges has to be stronger than the desire to indulge in those urges, if that makes sense. That's the only way. Because I wanted to get rid of the urges, but my desire to indulge in the urges was stronger than that. So again, my desire to indulge in the urges, or I'll say this, just make sure y'all stay with me. I wanted to get rid of the urges, but my desire was stronger than the want. Desire is stronger than want. Want versus desire. Desire is up here. Want is down here. So you can want something, but what you desire is what's gonna manifest. I was desiring that dopamine release because I felt empty, bro. I felt empty. I didn't feel like I was really locked in on my purpose. I was taking baby steps on my purpose, but it wasn't like a stomp down. Yeah. Next step. It was like I was tiptoeing. Nigga was tiptoeing, so that's why I ain't really feel too intentional, because nigga really wasn't trucking. Nigga really wasn't getting after it. Like, I was doing things, but I was just doing it. I wasn't thriving through it, bro. You know what I mean? So, excuse me, man. Honoring your commitments, bro. It'll make you, honestly, it'll make you change who you hang around too. Because like I said, if you're not around people who honor their commitments with you, and not even just with you, if they don't honor the commitments that they make with themselves, and you realize that, and you're somebody who honor your commitments with yourself, you start to see we don't align. Because what I tell, the words I utter, I follow through on. What I tell myself I'm gonna do, I do it. What you tell yourself you're gonna do, you make excuses for it and say, oh, it's not the right time yet. Oh, I'm just not feeling it no more. Especially if you're looking at that person to be a potential significant other, that person does not keep their word. That person does not follow through on what they say they was gonna do. And that person has no intention on getting back to what they said they was gonna do. It's not a break that they're taking from it. It's more so of well, on to the next thing, or like you ain't even really give it a go. You ain't even really give it a go, bro. So how do you know? How do you know? You feel me? So it be little things like that, man. And at the end of the day, you can fool everybody else, but you cannot fool yourself. And that's and when you try, and it's not even like I was trying to fool everybody else. I really was trying to do the work, but I will let a small amount of energy seep back in, and it will just be a avalanche, bro. That's the thing about energy, bro. You got to be so selfish with your energy and your space, bro. Because even little things like what one person think, it might not be that impactful to you. You know yourself better than anybody else. So if you say, hey, I don't want to communicate at all, or hey, I don't even want to tiptoe or be around it, I don't even want to tempt myself with the temptation, I'm out of there. You're not supposed to fight temptation. People tempt themselves with temptation, then become upset with themselves for falling in temptation. You tempted yourself into the temptation. You were tempting yourself with the temptation, and then you got upset with yourself for falling into the temptation. You're not even supposed to try to fight temptation. You're supposed to flee from it. You're supposed to flee from temptation, bro. That is the best way to deal with temptation, is to flee from it. Get away from that shit, bro. Run as fast as you can, bro. Because I'm telling you, the energy that comes with temptation, it's a feeling of just do it one more time. It won't hurt. And then once you do it that one more time, especially after a time period of not doing it, now you're in a space where it's like, oh, I did it that one time, so man, I might as well do it again. I done already did it once after not doing it for a while, or not being involved with that one thing for a while, or whatever it may be. And then a whole new cycle is created. Man, that energy is dangerous, bro. You have to get all the way away from it, because a whole new cycle can get recreated so quick, bro. I'm telling you, I know from experience. And I'm just like, bro, how the fuck do I keep getting looped back into these cycles, bro? I'm supposed to be pulling away from it. I'll be honest, it's certain cycles that I was trying to get away from for months, and I kept getting looped back into it. Not to say it was an outside source fault. It was my fault. But I know what the issue was. I know where I was going wrong. I was allowing the energy. I was allowing the smallest amount of energy to seep back in. And that's the thing. You think just because you letting a small amount of energy seep back in, you still gonna be good. No, because energy transmutes and transforms. So you let a small amount of energy come in, and that energy starts to build, and it starts to become a entity of its own. So a small little amount of energy like that became something so colossal to where it created a whole nother loop in your timeline. So you're still looping on the same timeline. You can't get off this timeline to get on this on your new timeline. You think you're not headed where you're supposed to be, but you're not even understanding. You're not even on the right timeline. You're stuck on a loop in your old timeline. That's why you feel like you're not moving towards your purpose. You said you was gonna do this certain thing, and you're not doing it, so you still stuck on your old timeline. Because check this, by you doing that thing that you said you was gonna do, by you honoring your commitments, that's when your new timeline gets activated. So until you honor your commitments, your new timeline will never be activated. So you gonna continue looping on the same bullshit you was already looping on, because you still in that same bullshit mindset by not doing anything that you said you were gonna do, because that's what you used to do in the past. That's what you still do now. So if you're still doing the same things that you used to do, how do you expect to be catapulted into a new timeline, to a new reality? That's not how that works. Until you start honoring your words or doing things that is contrary to old ways that how you used to be, or how you used to be, or how you used to move, you will continue to be stagnant in your timeline, be stagnant in your reality. And that's what was messing me up. I'm like, damn, bro, I feel stagnant. I'm like, bro, nigga, look at what you're doing. You keep going back on your word on doing things you said you wasn't gonna do no more, or not doing the things that you said you was gonna do. Nigga, Most High don't respect you right now. And I'm not saying like literally, but just that's how I was talking to myself. Like, Most High don't respect you right now. Those spirit guys ain't fucking with you right now. Universe ain't looking at you like you abundant right now. You moving in a real, how can I say? You moving in a real lackish way. You moving out of lack. Because by you continuously going back to old things, old ways, old people, that's a sign of lack. That's a sign of you don't really believe that your life will be abundant and can be abundant, because you keep holding on to old things. So if you really felt as if your life were meant to be abundant, why do you latch on and hold on to old things? Abundant means that you know good and better and more things can come into your life. Not even material things, but just energy wise, blissfulness, joy, surroundings. So if you're so abundant mentally and spiritually, why are you still holding on to old things? Why are you still latched on to attachments from the past? If you're so abundant, if you're so divinely guided, don't be a facade, bro. Because eventually you're going to have to face yourself and have a talk with yourself, if you're real enough, and say, nigga, you know this ain't right, bro. When is enough for you? When? I wanted to tell, like, my nigga, what how many times you gotta learn some shit for you just to like really get this, bro? And it wasn't even a fact where I was involving myself back on things to the capacity to where I was before, but it was even on the smallest of scale. I'm like, bro, just remove it completely. Stop flirting with temptation. Like I said, nigga, you flirting with temptation, then you get upset with the results of what happens when you flirt with temptation. Why? You're not even supposed to be doing that. You're flirting with urges you know that's detrimental to your success. What kind of self-sabotage bullshit is that for you to flirt with the temptation that you know is gonna set you back? What are you doing? And this is me talking to myself. Like, bro, are you serious? Like, nigga, get right, bro. Get right. Because it's going to be a time period where you continue to do this and you just going to be filled with regret every day you wake up because you missed your mark, bro. You missed your mark by holding on to stuff that's not supposed to be held on to no more. Let that shit go, nigga. You getting cramps in your hand by trying to hold on to a rope that's not even meant to be held on to no more, bro. Let that shit go. With love, with peace, with no bad blood, man. Let that junk go, bro. For real. I'm telling you, man. You fucking up your fingers trying to hold on to that. And you need your fingers for other projects, but you fucking your fingers up trying to hold on to this rope over here. And the rope you supposed to be holding on to, it's so easy to hold on to that rope. It's right next to you. That rope you supposed to be holding on, it's not even that the rope you supposed to be picking up. It's right next to you. But you struggling over here trying to hold on to this. And this rope is just so easy to pick up. But you can't see that. We can't see those things because the perspective that we in, or that we be in when we're attached to the past, or when we're not moving in an abundant mentality and we're moving in a lack mentality, is this what I know, so I'm gonna just stick right here. I know what I'm getting from this, and I'll just make it work. Just make it work. You don't even know what else you can get. So what do you mean? Just make it work. So I go back to what I talked about last time, bro. You sacrificing, and sometimes it don't even be good. You sacrificing mediocrity for good, and then you sacrificing good for great, or you're sacrificing. Did I say that backwards? You're sacrificing good for mediocrity, and then you're sacrificing great for good. So because you know what those things come with, what the situation that you be in, or the environments that you be in, or the people that you be with, you rather stay there. It's like watching that movie Soul, bro. That's one of my favorite Disney movies, bro. When they went to the, I can't remember what they had called it in the movie, but it was like where people were still alive, but their souls were just, lost souls. Where it was lost souls. And those people were still alive, but their soul was just walking around in the sand, just walking. And it was dark, and they were just walking around. And then, like, something had happened where they did something where they helped the guy's soul not become lost anymore. Something had happened. I forgot. But when the dude came back to life, like, he was still living, but he came back to life, like, aware of what the fuck he was in. He was sitting at a desk with a bunch of computers working, I think, probably like a stock market job or something. He jumped up and threw the computers on the ground and ran out the office and was just happy, bro. Because he's like, I'm here. I'm present. And there's no way you can really fully be happy with yourself, respecting yourself, and present with yourself if you're not honoring the words that you said you're going to do. That's number one when it comes to moving through and just man talk real quick. Moving through as a masculine man, bro. Nigga, if a person can't trust your word, because that's the first thing you got for real. Because before you can show somebody something, you say, I can do that. And then the action must come after that. So once you say it and then you show them, then it's like, okay, they're a man of their word. Over time, with consistent action following those words. But if you say, oh yeah, I can do that, and you never do it on any of the things that you say you can do, or you never do none of the things that you say you'll do in the future, or you never stop doing the things that you say you're going to stop, it's like, oh, that nigga just be talking. Don't be a nigga that just be talking, bro. Nobody likes a nigga that just be talking. Women don't like a nigga that just be talking. And yeah, I get it. There's women out there who just be talking too. But this is man talk right now, bro. Don't be that guy that just be talking, nigga. What your mouth utter, you must commit to, bro. It's so key. That's why I can get on here and talk like how I talk now, because I'm really honoring the words that I utter 100%, and I feel unfuckwithable. Yes. I feel like that because I'm really doing that now, and I'm doing it past the time periods where I would fall back into. I cut off the source, or I cut off the energy completely, so it ain't no going back no more. It ain't no openings no more. The doors, I don't got the door peeked open no more, bro. It's over with. That shit clipped, nigga. It's clipped. I'm in that space now. I'm back on my studies, bro. The Cup of Hermes, Beginner's Guide to Sexual Alchemy, bro. Book of the week, by the way. I'm back on that, bro. You know what I mean? I'm back on my studies. I'm back meditating. I'm back being isolated, bro. I text people every now and then, but it don't be all day, every day. And if somebody don't text me back, cool, nigga. I love being by myself. I'm an amazing guy, bro. No, not to toot my horn, but that's just how you gotta feel about yourself as a man, and not in a way to where you're being delusional, but really build yourself up to where it's like, no, I really am. Like, I'm a catch, bro. Like, yeah. I ain't ball not in my court, nigga. I'm the gymnasium. You dig what I'm saying? You gotta play the and ball not in my court. I'm the gymnasium, and I got home court advantage. You gotta come to my gym, cause I am the gym. I'm not the court. I'm not the ball. The ball not in my court. I'm the gymnasium. You dig? And that's not something that you can just say. You have to build yourself up continuously, day by day. I can be the gymnasium today, and then if I start bullshitting, the gymnasium can get shut down, nigga. Rent wasn't paid, lease wasn't paid, whatever. Light bill wasn't paid. You ain't on your game. The maintenance ain't being upkept. You did, bro. So yeah, man. I'm back, nigga. I want you to see, look me in my eye. What Birdman said? What Birdman said, bro? I want you to look me in my eyes. I want you to look me in my eyes. Put some respect on my name. But not for real. I want you to look me in my eyes, nigga. I'm back. For real. I'm here. I mean, I had to be real with y'all about certain things where I was doing it, but I wasn't being all the way consistent with it, and it was fucking me up, bro. Cause I'm like, bro, I'm better than this. I'm not only better than this for myself, but I'm better than this for y'all. I take this shit personal, bro. I'm a messenger, brother. This not something I just do for fun, nigga. This is a mission. It's part of my purpose, bro. So when I'm doing my purpose and I'm not being all the way invested in it, I'm just doing the talk. I ain't really doing the walk. Nigga, that's so disrespectful to the Most High. I bestowed you with these words. I bestowed you with these gifts. I bestowed you with these universal lessons and this cosmic knowledge, and you're not even gonna do the walk. You just gonna do the talk. You think that shit gonna be enough, nigga? You think I'm gonna bless you when you on camera talking the talk, but you ain't really all the way living it through? Yeah, all right. Watch. And that go for anybody. You think you gonna be able to just half step that shit, and you think you gonna have other people convinced, and because you got other people convinced, or because, you know, not even that you got other people convinced, you're telling people things that they should be doing, and you're not doing it yourself, but because you got these people thinking that you doing it because you're speaking a word or you're speaking a wisdom, and you think you're gonna get blessed off of that? Hell no. Nah. So again, I was taking those steps, but I wasn't taking those steps every single day. I wasn't holding myself 110% accountable. I was making excuses. I was, I can do it. I can just start at the beginning of the week. Nah, nigga, for what? So you can continue to be involved in bullshit and make a stronger case for you to not stop. Because the more you do it, it's gonna be harder for you to stop. Nigga, you have to just put a into it. Sometimes you just, man, no, that's fucking enough, bro. Y'all don't ever get like that with certain things. Like, bro, nigga, I'm about to, bro, that's enough, bro. This shit has got to stop, bro. And that's how I still feel like that. And I'm out of it. I'm out of it, and I still feel like that, just so I make sure I never go back, nigga. That's why I'm passionate right now, nigga. Like, boy, cause I think back and realize how much time I fucked off by being invested in shit that wasn't evolving me, being invested in habits and being invested in cycles and loopholes and staying on the same timeline and keeping me stuck. And I'm thinking I'm not taking the steps towards my purpose. I'm thinking God not hearing me the whole time. I'm not hearing God. It's the other way around. I'm thinking God not trying to bless me. I'm not trying to be blessed because I'm staying stuck in the same reality. I'm looping myself on the same timeline and wondering why I'm not going to the next timeline because I keep doing old shit from my old timeline. So you continue to do old shit, you're going to continue to stay in your old timeline. You dig what I'm saying? With a golden shovel and an ice AP plus a roller bezel on a level. I ain't gonna lie, I thought I was the one, man. I thought I was the one. I'm not even gonna clip that one out, bro. You dig what I'm saying? With a go to self on the Ice AP plus a roller bells on another level. You dig. All right, man. Peace.
They wanna know how I know. Nigga on the damn oracle. The more high gave me the vision. It like I'm bestowed with it. I'm from Georgia, baby. I know how to lean, rock, and roll with it. I put them all down and you know they for sure with it. Come on. Hey, can teach a big dog how to go get a ball